So, a lot of you are saying that double squeeze does not exist, but today we actually witnessed something called double squeeze. But it's not really the double squeeze that you think I'm gonna talk about. It's a new type of double squeeze. You wanna hear me talk about double squeezing? Well, you know what to watch to the end of the video. And kabam! What is up, dudes and dudettes? Today we're gonna talk about some squeezing action, okay? And those of you guys are like, what? What do you mean by squeezing action? You mean like, you look at the symbol of Hood, you're like, there's no way there's a short squeeze on Hood. Yeah, Hood literally got Cathie squeezed. Not really. So our girl Cathie entered around $35, which is around here. This is where ARK entered, and this is where I entered over here. Let's see, is this right? 35. No, wait, let's do it again. So Cathie entered here, like right at the bottom. This is where ARK entered. This is where I entered. Actually, let's do it. This is where I entered. I entered 33.84. Cathie entered at 35. And then you will see this lackluster Robinhood IPO just like pop, and then it went down, and then it sort of popped up again. You see, it sort of popped up again, and then we have a major consolidation, a major update on the day before yesterday, which is Tuesday. And then what is interesting about Tuesday is if you look at the option chain, the chain wasn't set up yet, and it only have the first weekly option. So now what happens is a lot of people just start buying puts at the $60 strike, $70 strike. And if you look at that thing, the entire market, the market maker only hatched to $70 strike. So what happens is when pre-market there's so much order flow coming in and everything smashed at $70, I think it's either 60 or 70, you see a gamma squeeze. You see a gamma squeeze all the way until $85. Which, why $80 people still selling? Because $80 is the highest justifiable valuation for Robinhood as of right now. Okay? For those of you who are curious about why 85, comment down below, and if there are enough people who are willing to look at that kind of content, I might just put it on Patreon, who knows. But yeah, 85 is the maximum justifiable valuation, and then you will just see a sort of like dragging down, because you literally, if you invested $30, you almost 3 times your value, right? And then this is when, a lot of the insiders are probably going to file reports saying that they kind of trying to disclose how much they're trying to dump their convertible debt shares, which they did today. And this is why there's lack of enthusiasm. There are enthusiasm in the morning. We could have squeezed this higher, but we experienced. So if this gamma squeeze on Wednesday, is squeeze number 1, then today we have the opposite side of squeeze. So today what happens is, if you check out the weekly contract, or if we check out the, I'm looking at Weibo, sorry guys, let's see. Robinhood, where did they go? If you look at today's, there you go. If you so we can only trade weekly contract, and the weekly contract is to tomorrow, right? So if you look at today's weekly contract, you will see something amazing happening. This is what we call the reverse short squeeze. You guys are always talking about short squeezing, like short squeezing. There's long squeezing too. Because the strike line for today's puts is only at $62, this is why the entire option chain is overpriced. So let's imagine we actually have a Patreon. I probably will have sort of like a video coming out this morning, because I saw this morning, and I know that the stock is probably going to drop around $55, and everybody overreacted and dropped to $50, and then in $50 there's an invisible support line there. So in the aftermarket, I predicted that it's going to go up to $52 to $53, and very fascinating. This is super fascinating. So what happens is all the longs, all the enthusiasm build up at $60 strike the weekly $60 strike for the monthly option, and then weekly option $70 strike. All of these volume get squashed. All of these got squashed. If you look at the monthly option, all of these got squashed. Look at this volume. Look at all the open interest. If you go up, and now people are still buying puts. But what they don't know is, if they start buying $50 puts, if this $50 puts volume go to $20,000, that means if you are someone who's longing the stock like Cathie and all of the insiders, there's no way you will sell it at 50, and then your target price will be over $75. So, with this double squeeze in play, you see basically all the longs getting squeezed, and then they're pushing you to start buying puts. But when you started buying puts, there's a problem, because when the put volume started increasing, the puts get squeezed, because that means the market maker will actually encourage to buy those shares in the beginning of the market to push the puts out. Because as the market maker, what they do as a part of gamma squeezing practice, they want for all of your options to expire worthless. This is how I know why today's MMAT stock price is gonna be in between $3 to $2.25. Because in order for the credit spread to actually make money, you need the stock price to wiggle around 3.33 or actually go under $3. But anyways, that's for, if you have any questions, comment down below, right? So we actually will see a temporary downside tomorrow on Hood, and it will actually probably pull up. And the justifiable price for Hood, if we ever get that point where the Hood is going back down to about $43 or $45, I am gonna go double down. I am gonna sell some MMAT at a loss. I'm gonna go into Hood, and because Sequoia is in Hood right now, and Sequoia haven't been on the hot selling list, so I know. I have been following and studying this Sequoia partner who invested in Robinhood, and I think I can predict what price point that they're trying to exit, and this is not there yet. So I think I will have a short-term or medium-term or even long-term long position on Hood. And by evaluating Robinhood's financial statement and its business model, as well as I sort of have a plan for Robinhood, and this is different with George, because George doesn't have any financial sort of echelons of people in their team. But in Robinhood, their advisory group is so good, there's no way that I've thought about this business model and they haven't been thinking about it. So I think Robinhood is going to pivot. And when Robinhood pivot, there's going to be a huge amount of revenue coming in and a huge amount of SaaS revenue coming in. And I'm longing on this company right now. I'm saying this right now. And for those of you who are interested in AMC or interested in like what is going on in AMC, how do I know that AMC will have a pullback today? I will make that into the video with the MMAT in the next 10 to 15 minutes. All right, I don't really want to bore you guys, so this is it for this Hood video. And you guys will see. See, this is gamma squeeze, categorized as part of short squeezing, and this is long squeezing. You're squeezing the stock down, okay? All right, see you guys on the upside. If you haven't liked this video, go smash that like button. If you haven't go sub, guys. I don't really want to, ask you guys for a sub because you guys know it's worth it. See you guys on the upside. Hey guys, just a little small correction here. When I was talking about the $60 and $70 when I'm putting the cursor over here, I said puts, but those are actually $60 and $70 calls, and there's a huge amount of those call volume coming in on this day, and the market maker only hedged to a certain extent. Therefore, you see a huge gamma squeeze going up from where Tuesday was closed at 40. It almost doubled. This is exactly how you see. This is what we call the actual squeeze. This is a gamma squeeze. Okay, it can categorize it as a short squeeze, but not really gamma squeeze or gamma squeezing, because I don't think there are a lot of people actually shorting Robinhood at that point due to a lot of reasons. And I suspect that when retail started shorting it from day one, the institutions are coming in and reap it, of course, because Robinhood is hedge funds baby, not really babying, hedge funds friend, hedge funds Robin. If hedge fund is Batman, then Robinhood is Robin. And if hedge fund is the future of basically United States financial future, the Robinhood is the Robin of that Batman. And for those of you who are looking at or just listening to other people's content regarding the banking reform, is actually working in favor of Robinhood right now. And maybe I should make a video about the difference between Robinhood and Weibo, and a lot of you are like, oh my god, Weibo is better. No, in terms of financial security, it's not, because they followed similar financial revenue model. But guys, if you've done enough due diligence on Weibo, you will find something very, very interesting. All right, this is it. I don't want to make it too long. Also, I have a very interesting short clip after this. Okay, now, Cassie, I see you now. 1.5 million shares at $35. Very cheap. Now I see you. Oh my god, that's genius. Now I see you. I totally see you now. I totally see you now. Oh my god, that's a genius play. You are smart, Cassie. I said it once before, and I said it now. This is very, very smart. All of these FOMOs are done, huh? Wow, you're so smart. Oh my god, I totally see you now.